God of my salvation. Because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a people there. Make him a throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not first and for. Make God what I seen to. Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. So, my favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the nigga can sell out Rasta and sell out Babylon. Big man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Big man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta and sell out Babylon. Just come on the fight. If I show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black if I throw and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, big him and show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling for wicked men. Oh, what's a black big him and show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling for all wicked men. Rastaman show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love right. That's why I as a watching man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, night. We gotta pass down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down, war cry. Fight down. He said Rastafari. War and cry. And do the righteousness. And we love God. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Yeah, we love Jah. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We live for people. Put time away, listen, yeah. Just as Zion, I have to watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace, while we in a line. Hey, oh, night. We gonna pass down Babylon gates. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and fight. Fight down war and fight. Rastafari, war and fight. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love more. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love more. We love Jah. Rastafari.
We manage the economy not to bring you the prosperity we promise, just to get more money borrowed when we need it. And we are bringing titling to you. What does that really mean? Or what's the plan behind that? And should we do away with the IC and allow our politicians to steal in peace? Stick around this morning and let us explore. Good morning and welcome to Miserable Monday, as we are featuring the ugly face of the Prime Minister this morning, right here on Global TV, because he has said many things over the weekend, and we are going to chaka over the Prime Minister this morning. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning. Welcome to Global TV. I'll tell you a story. I went to one of my cousin twins' christening last night. I drank no alcohol because I haven't been drinking alcohol for way over a year now. And I literally wake up drunk this morning. Can you believe that? I literally wake up drunk. And I did not drink. I only smoke as usual and drink water. But for some godforsaken reason, I wake up drunk, staggering, and hungover this morning. Don't ask me why. It could be snorting on the Prime Minister's bullshit, like literally. It's toxic enough to get you high on anything that the Prime Minister splutter or utter. One big good morning from me, everybody. Me feel drunk all about the place. Lisa Woodladrick Wagwan, long time. How you do? Morning, everybody. Oh no, morning. Me I want to know. Me know I don't like the PM, but when I go hear hope of the PM, when I go hear hope of MPM this morning, all right? So it's Norman Brown and the PM again. I mean, should we start with the Integrity Commission? What if we start this morning, globalists? Should we start with the IC? Should we start with the IC this morning? Now, the IC, the anti-corruption body, the Integrity Commission, as we know it. Is there a concerted effort of the Jamaica Labour Party to make sure the budget of the IC is wasted on legal challenges so they're not able to do their work of holding thieving, corrupt politician accountable. Because everybody barring Juliet, Holness, and Colleen is challenging the IC. Everybody is saying the IC is political, the IC is on a witch hunt, the IC this, the IC that. Nobody is accepting the reports of the IC or the recommendations of the IC. My question is the Integrity Commission worth the dollar? What do I mean by worth the dollar? Now, we disburse millions a year for the Integrity Commission to do their work. But whenever time the Integrity Commission come out with a report that is not favorable to the government, then it's a lengthy legal challenge. In my opinion, we are spending money to try and stop thieves or to catch thieves. One could argue we are catching them, but are we stopping them? We are catching them, but are we stopping them? And if we catch them, but we can't stop them, and we can't get back with money, when they thief from we, and then we have to spend the same little bit of money to fight a lengthy legal battle with them that thins out our budget in doing our work. Is it really worth the dollar that we're spending? Because what I'm seeing is that we are spending more money. We're spending more money to stop them from stealing or to catch them stealing. But it's just more money lost because they are still stealing. We are catching them, as I said, but we cannot stop them. We cannot discipline them. We're not getting back our money from them, barring the 900,000 what we get back from Dalrymple with fair fine. Is it really worth the money airtime, and we can't even get no meaningful prosecution of these people? I mean, Prime Minister and Norman Brown, two of the famous crooks, is leading the whole effort with a lot of dollar string behind it. OPM and UDC. Opalo, you do? OPM and UDC, the same people who are in Integrity Club with the IC. So what's the point of wasting more money to top thief where you can't stop from thief? Because literally it is at a point now where we can't stop a politician them from thief. What I'm suggesting is that we have a social contract with them to leave them for thief in peace and them thief with conscience. If in peace and on a thief with conscience, we will work with that. Because to say, we never can manhandle you and overpower you when it come to top stealing. The legal mechanisms what we put in place to tap the teeth, they now work. So me think to say, we bring it back to a civil agreement. Hmm? Take out the criminality out of it because this has caused a lot of problem in our country. Hmm? But politicians say, no, with their teeth at the civil level. You can't come make with a thief now at the criminal level. We're not getting nowhere with it. I'm not going against the IC here, my people. The legal framework in our country doesn't allow the IC to do their work properly. The political corruption in our country doesn't allow the IC to do their work properly. Too much of the IC's budget is going into fighting legal battles against a corrupt government. When you know, say Darrell Vaz and Spectrum Authority now. A Darrell Vaz and Spectrum Authority now. Spectrum Authority and Darrell Vaz ministry, it fall under it. A Darrell Vaz ministry have oversight over the Spectrum Management Authority, isn't it? Yes, a Darrell Vaz. You know, them people give out radio license and them something there, and so on and so forth. Yes, them people there, them gonna court again. So what's the point in us fighting these legal battles to no end? Let us have a social contract. Let us have a social contract with them. So we will allow one of the thief in peace, but we don't have a thief with conscience. Because that's the only way we're gonna get anywhere, Jamaica. Because where we are now, they are stealing more. And we are spending more only catching thieves, but unable to stop them and unable to punish them. And the organization were meant to oversee them, tied up in a legal battle here, there, and everywhere with them. So I don't see the purpose of the continuity of the IC under this current function. We might just go have a social contract with the politician then. Thief in a peace, and thief with conscience, and we will allow them for thief in a peace. It's as simple as that. Because we never can stop them. And we can't stop them. How we fit at them? In the swamp, the shithole country, as Donald Trump decided, the same shithole country that is on board with Donald Trump now to invade Venezuela under their oil grab and regime change. Yes, that same shithole country. Right. Daily fund, that would be the ideal option to amend the Integrity Commission Act and give it teeth, hammer, and nail, even missiles as well. I've given the government the instruction here before. Reform the IC Act, stitch it together with FID and MOCA, giving power of arrest, warrant, siege, and search with full independency outside of government, where the IC, along with FID and MOCA, can kick down politicians' door, seize computer, phone, laptop, money, everything, until we explore it all through the courts. Without that type of reform, what we have now, it will be a continued waste of money and time, literally. Because these politicians who are unwilling to accept the report of the IC and are willing to challenge it, Prime Minister and his cahoots, all the way to wherever they want to. We're not getting anything. We're not getting value for money. We're wasting more and more money. So if we can't reform the IC to make it work, so that the IC with its bulldogs such as Mocha and Thid, the reform should have those two bodies entrenched in the Integrity Commission with the power of warrant, search, seizure, arrest, and all of that. If we don't have something as powerful as that, if we have a talking shop, if we have a technocratic organization pushing pens and papers here and there, it's benchmarking and box ticking. It's benchmarking and box ticking. When we see somebody go to prison, when we see somebody wealth seized, then we will say the IC is worth the dollar. But for now, in my view, a waste of time and waste of money. Waste of time and waste of money, because we, the public, will look for the criminals be held accountable. The criminals are walk around beating them chest and challenging us in court, using up a lot of our public resources and a lot of our legal and court time to protect their criminality. And in the midst of it, Andrew Holness and Norman Brown and Darrell Vaz, them still a thief. Andrew Holness, Norman Brown, and Darrell Vaz, them still a thief. Because all now we can't hear what happened to the how much hundreds a plane will come in with aid, the how much ship will come in with aid, and when I see the Jamaica people are getting nothing, who are going to open shop wholesale and supermarket out of Melissa? Who are going to open hardware wholesale shops and supermarket out of Melissa? Because we not see the Melissa Sinting, nobody now get the Melissa Sinting them. The Melissa Sinting them, the pan wharf, up out 214, pack up pan pallet, Prime Minister. Rain and wet them, come so sun a dry them, go so breeze a blow them, go so. And the people of Jamaica, who you are trying to tell, say, to try make the school them available 2 months on, Andrew Holness and him wharf dogs don't provide a plan to the Jamaica people. Andrew Holness turned back the responsibility on the people to vacate the school. Hey, let's go over to Black River and listen to a bunch of bullshit. Remember, we say this morning was Miserable Monday. Carnival cruise ship a drop aside there soon. Want to notice since the hurricane, all the Prime Minister concerned about his tourism. One member said Dr. Tufton, all when leptospirosis a kill we, Dr. Tufton said it leptospirosis is the tourist is safe from leptospirosis. One member? We're going to listen to a bunch of bullshit now. Remember, this is Miserable Monday.
Here at Independence Park in Black River, this has been used as a temporary location to store rubble and debris coming out of the town. Our first phase was to try to ensure that you could traverse the town. As you know, because of Hurricane Melissa, the town was, you couldn't pass through the town. So all of the debris that was there to get to the town as quickly as possible, we had worked with the NWA to move the things here.
Here, a flight green. We can't do nothing more, you titty them. But we pay you open money and you not do nothing. You need to fix your belly and your sinus. Flight green. All right? We pay you too much money for your belly turns up for a young boy, for a young rich boy. You're not in a shape anymore. I never saw you did tan. But when you're not teeth and pack on a craw, when you're not fleed pan with dead flesh like John Crow, flight green. Yeah, did one tan good boy. How you just get big titty and big belly like you're 6 months pregnant and your titty grow milk and me don't know. Go on,
on a temporary basis. Now it's a move to phase 2 of our cleanup and recovery program. I'm very happy that the Prime Minister
threw in the alcohol. Because this your minister dance, yeah. Hey, this your minister dance. This is the stupidity of Southwest St. Elizabeth and Flight Green, you know. You see, you turn up at every dance and you hold a mic and you up it a bill at the bar and you come and set up. Hey, God almighty. The alcohol. The alcohol, because trust me, them people that from the south side of Southwest St. Elizabeth, them drink just like white people, them drink crazy, like crazy. So the alcohol, out of shape, little boy, I never saw your tan. And look upon you.
And the team from the UDC is here who will marshal that phase.
My name is Norman Brown. I'm chairman of the Urban Development Corporation. Along with me is my general manager, Mr. Robert Hunnigan. And we did an initial inspection of the town, and we saw hurricane debris that came from destroyed buildings and roofs and all of that.
Come out here like pregnant woman in gurgle.
We are planning to...
For those of you who don't know, this is Stephen Norman Brown, the personal friend of the Prime Minister who is in the Estate Ridge development and all that with the Prime Minister. You know this Prime Minister's son house. Yes, this Norman is a part of it. And this Norman also challenged the Integrity Commission because this Norman is also in corruption with... It's a whole bunch of squalors.
Clear that debris, and we're also planning to clear Independence Park. I just did a quick survey a while ago, and I think that this is also...
As my mother would have said, puss broke coat not in their eye. And my mother said, when puss broke coat not in the eye, you know, no shame. So puss broke coat not in them eye.
A good opportunity for us to do some separation here, because there's a lot of metal items, scrap metal stuff, but we are ready to go. We have been prepared for this. So we will commence our work as soon as possible. Hopefully Monday, we can start moving to give the town a sense of normalcy and also to allow business and commerce to accelerate.
Robert Hunnigan, UDC General Manager. PM next week, when the UDC commences its work here in Black River, we're going to start from the central nucleus, the central business district of Black River, to really start to move out what has been the post-hurricane debris, and also to do some areas that will now spread from there, fan out from there, as we go through the town of Black River all the way here to Independence Park. It's important that the debris is removed and sorted, and also we're going to be doing some sanitization of the sidewalks and the roadways so that we can at least get the garbage out of the town and start to create a sense.
Me hear him open. Me hear him say we're prepared for this. Me hear him. Me hear him.
Of normalcy once again.
Now, a measure of the destruction of Hurricane Melissa is the...
Prime Minister, we hear that before. You know how much it chuck and how much it ton of debris. Almighty God, they be going and tell people about the open chuck and the open debris and the and that's all the Prime Minister not gonna when go talk about we know. I just choke on debris at the Prime Minister problem.
Debris field that it has left. A way to conceive it would be to think of it in the number of truckloads, standard truckloads of debris that we would have to move. And the estimate is
how much Judge Juliet chucked upon the road and move thingy rather, Prime Minister. I wonder how much a Juliet chuck in the debris movement galang in Prime Minister and how much Juliet Holness stand to gain in the debris movement, Prime Minister. Could you tell the public if Miss Holness trucks are involved in the debris movement? And if Miss Holness trucks are involved in the debris movement, how much does Miss Holness stand to gain, Prime Minister?
Is that could be anywhere from about 400,000 to 450,000 standard truckloads of debris to move. Now that's almost incomprehensible. But not all debris will be removed. For example, debris generated in the forest from fallen trees and so forth, that will probably...
Now, for those of you who want to make your full cub hang pen or even a board house, invest in a chainsaw. There's a lot of lumber across the country to slab up at the moment. There's lots of free lumber. Lots of free lumber to make your shops, your hog pen, your fowl cub, your goat pen. Lots of lumber. So if you can get help with that chainsaw, there's a lot of lumber there to restart businesses, mind you.
They remain in place and deteriorate over time, and that becomes fertilizer, organic material. So that would take out a significant...
Andrew, daily funds if you ask yourself, how much of your trucks, Prime Minister, your and Norman Brown's truck, or even James Robertson's truck, because we know James Robertson have a lot of trucks as well. How much of you politicians, Prime Minister, have trucks involved in the debris removal? How much politicians, Prime Minister, including yourself, stand to gain from the debris? Vases, the vases have trucks as well. And Vaz brother had truck. Kenny Green has trucks. I wonder how much politicians stand to gain from the debris removal of Melissa. Well, not setting herself to scoop up the dollars, isn't it? The dollar. Follow the money.
Number from the debris field that we would have to remove. What we're concerned about would be debris like what you're looking at here. Now, what we are looking at here wasn't generated here. But in the immediate aftermath of the hurricane, to save time and to be more efficient with the use of resources, the debris in the top.
Here, daily fund. And a sand mining and backside is a slowdown now, you know. They might clear up. There's a sand in the Black River that is called Silkamine sand. They might make way for drill that as well. So from Black River all the way to Slipe, Catabo, wherever the Black River run to, it's going to be a massive galang in a St. Elizabeth. There's so much in a St. Elizabeth where they're going for, because there's, you know, Juliet Holness is already mining on a river somewhere in Wowo yonder. So it's just going to be more river mining.
Stone that was blocking access was removed and placed here. This cannot be the final place for the disposal of the debris. This is Independence Park in Black River. This is part of the recreational life of the town. And obviously, we don't want to turn this into a mini dump. So very soon, this has to be removed. What we have done is to task the UDC to clean up the town of Black River. That is to help the...
Bear in mind, the UDC is within the Prime Minister's ministry. The Ministry of Economic Growth and what used to be job creation now has changed to the Ministry of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development. This is the Prime Minister's friend Norman Brown, who is the chairman of the UDC, the Prime Minister's bosom friend and business partner. Money, oh!
Businesses and residents to remove debris generated from the hurricane and to relocate this mini dump. So that's the task. It is a huge task, but I know that the UDC has the logistics and management capabilities to do it. And we see that this is important for normalcy to be returned to the town. We have launched as well the national cleanup campaign. Both will run in parallel, but they will not overlap. Absolutely. So UDC will establish the boundaries of its operations, which will essentially be the curtilage of the town itself, whilst the national cleanup program, which is at this point MP administered, will be conducted in the communities surrounding the town within this constituency and the other 16 constituencies which we have identified. So there are two parallel things happening and they will not overlap. The way in which this will be...
Look at this stage where Andrew's talking about, what have I done here? Look at this stage where Andrew is talking about cleanup. Hold on there, my peeps. Me sync my screen. Hold on. Oh, beg your pardon, my screen is messed up. What the hell? Oh, God. Hold on, the globalist. I don't know. Yes, I'm back now. I don't remember more the attacks, so I could continue listening to the idiots.
Be done. The directive that we have given to the UDC is that this must be done on a limited budget. It's not the main function of the UDC, but because there is this disaster and we need to mobilize all the resources at our disposal.
It's not really the function of the UDC. So the UDC, OPM and UDC coming for scooping up OPM and UDC. This is not normally their pluck. What them say? Money, money that they make. How can we bring in something, Andrew, when we can do the thing and collect half of the thing? Jamaica people, go and sit down. Go and sit down, Jamaica. Want a fan? Want a fan, Jamaica people, to sit down and a fan? Me just a come in the world, young girl with just a come.
The UDC has said their contribution to the recovery will be to help to clean up Black River. So it's important that it be noted publicly.
Contribution, UDC's contribution. So that means they're free UDC. I do it. Free RAAA free. So they say.
That in doing these kinds of support for the disaster recovery, the agencies of the government can't go too far outside of what their scope and statutory mandate is. Right. So UDC has a statutory mandate for urban development and to support urban spaces, and so this could fall within.
Prime Minister, come on, stop the bullshitting. The UDC was the one who nominated St. Elizabeth. The UDC was the one who got the scoping out to find out, to tell you where is the best place to build a new city. And you tell us that the UDC tell us so don't go on like say, oh, the UDC just come down here to help. Who are you talking to? You idiot? Hmm? The UDC and the PM is in this together. I don't come help the UDC. I come. This is the UDC's contribution. Sir, move. This is a careful plan by you and the UDC. And the UDC tell you say. And the UDC tell you say. And St. Elizabeth are the most suitable place for build your city. And knock down the place, and lick down the place now and ready for doing so. So UDC now must involve Prime Minister. You're going like, oh, we are so overwhelmed. So UDC has jumped out of their gallanging to come and assist us. Sir, move, old thief.
The mandate, but it must be done as frugally as possible. In terms of the national cleanup campaign, which was launched last week by Minister Mackenzie, there are several components to it. So yes, we're going to clean up communities that we have asked to be MP-led. In the first instance, we may have to reconsider that because the volume of work that is there is far beyond the capacity of members of parliament to properly manage. But we've also had allocations made.
It's far beyond the capacity, the volume of debris is far beyond the capacity of the member of parliament to manage. In an organization, Prime Minister, when the work becomes outside of the capacity of thus the chief executive, then the chief executive must make way because we have no confidence in his competency, you see. And also your thing you go. Because Prime Minister, there are a thing in organization called delegation of duties. Meaning that with private contractors and his managerial team across the constituency, the minister or the Minister of Agriculture, the MP, must delegate. He's in an executive role. He ought to delegate. What is out of his remit, out of his management capacity, Prime Minister? Is it him one? This is how them come and wrap up excuse to us in work overload, work that they're not even doing. And then them are going like I say, they're overwhelmed by the work. What are you all doing for overwhelm? For Melissa happen is the biggest talking shop our country has ever engaged in. Since Melissa come and gone, what? About 7 weeks now. And Jamaica has been engaged into a continuous talking shop. The government is attacking, quarreling, responding, but to date have not presented the country with a plan as to how we deal. One, the relief we want to talk about, we still haven't seen it yet. You may be talking about the relief done by all the charitable supporters, whether they be Jamaicans at home or from abroad, or charities from abroad. Even though the government said we spend millions, the people still not see it. Even though we see the international donors sending tons and tons of aid valuing millions of US dollars. The people on the ground, Prime Minister, still ain't getting zilch from you. And then they'll come out and make excuse for just talk. Because what's the talk? No, do funny galang in, you know. And the talking, you can't manage. As what's the talking, you do, and that you can't manage. Because we don't do barring talk. We don't see nobody get no meaningful assistance from the government. We see them get it from charities. We don't see the government have a plan up until now. We don't see the government do anything about homelessness, about displacement. Nothing. So we don't know how come politicians who are elected for mostly talk in our country. How talking we gonna get tired all of a sudden, sir?
For churches. Now, as you drive along the coast, especially heading into Westmoreland, and indeed right here in Black River, we have seen substantial damage to some of our churches.
Absolutely.
But what pains my heart even more is to see the damage to some of our very old heritage churches, heritage buildings that have been damaged. And many of the churches are not able to mobilize to clean their properties. So I'm going to ask the UDC that while you clean up within the boundaries of the township, that you assist the churches as well in cleaning up their property. And under the National Cleanup Program, I'll be reaching out to the church leaders to give them some support. Similarly for schools and clinics and health facilities, and I gather most of the police stations have already cleaned up. But all the public buildings.
You see, all the Prime Minister is saying is just a hit and miss. There's no plan. We're going to this, we're going to that, we're going to see, we're going to. The Prime Minister is not saying to us, this is the plan that we will put into action. I'm yet to hear that from the government since the 29th, since the 29th of thingy rather. This is the plan. This is the plan. These are our protocols up until today.
That are in the town, that you give them support, and under the National Cleanup Program as well, we will be giving support to public buildings just to get the place clean. Now, management of debris after disaster is critical, not just for the aesthetics, but it also poses a public health risk. We have seen the situation with leptospirosis. We're getting that under control. But a critical part of getting the public health issue under control is to get rid of this debris. Now, Mr. Chairman, I take your suggestion of doing garbage separation. There's a lot of metals here.
Why you call him Mr. Chairman? Call him Norman. He's your friend. We know that he has friend. We know that they in a working capacity to come as friend. So call him Norman. Let the people know who you talk to. Call him Norman.
And already you see people going through, pickers going through and trying to separate the garbage. In as much as you can mobilize that without slowing up the process of removing the debris, I encourage you to get it done. And to obviously do it in a cost-effective way. Right. So today, I'm officially setting off and launching the UDC, which falls under the Ministry of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development, for which I just happen to be the minister.
I just happens to be the minister. Just happens. Accidentally.
Formally launch the cleanup of Black River. I want to see this done as quickly as possible. I'm hopeful that we will be able to have the fireworks show here, so it will just to lift the spirits of people as we enter into the new year. I don't know where you plan to do it, but we need a space that's clean.
Absolutely.
Consult with the MP. Consult with the MP and get it done. All right, so we have officially launched now the Black River Cleanup Program, for which the UDC has been tasked to do this. And Minister, I'm going to come back to your constituency and to Westmoreland and to St. James with the respective MPs to see how well the National Cleanup Program is going. All right.
Just so my people, you're not involved in anything. No word about you. Hmm? But I may tell you, say, we have to follow this government to wherever I'm going to go, to know what will happen, because barring so, we now go know more of the PM. Let's hurry up and get him out of the way. Come and tell us, so it's an irritated Monday this morning. We have the irritated genie with us.
The important thing that we have done is to build resilience in the country's financing. And how did we do this? One, we controlled our borrowing. Reducing the debt to GDP ratio ensured that when we really needed to borrow, we could get access to funding. But more than that, we could get access to funding at the best rates because we...
So what Andrew Holness is saying here, because remember Andrew Holness in 2015 promised you prosperity. What Andrew Holness is saying to you here now in the aftermath of Melissa is that we manage the economy in a way not to bring you prosperity, but so that we can put you in more debt when we need to. And haven't we arrived at the time? $6.7 billion US. With children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren have to go pay off. The question is, our broken homes and infrastructures and communities, will we see any help to repair the damages of our community from that debt that the Prime Minister managed the economy well to put us in? Because that's all we get out of the Prime Minister, well-managed economy, you know, put us in more debt. Because see, the Prime Minister manage the economy only if we go take out more debt per way. That's all. So that
established ourselves as good managers of resources and lower risk. The second thing we did is that we had a scheme of preparing for disasters. And essentially, it's a straightforward scheme. There are two kinds of disasters that will happen. You have high frequency, low intensity events. You can expect that every year we're going to have a rainy season. Every year there is going to be flooding. We may be impacted up to the level of a tropical storm. We prepare for that. Every year we know we're going to have droughts. And so we have to provide for that. And how do we provide for that? Well, for the first time in decades, we established and funded the National Disaster Fund. So every year we set aside for that. So in effect, you can say we put aside savings for that. If your economy isn't doing well, you can't save for disasters. So we set aside savings out of our revenues. The second thing we did is that we set aside...
Hold on. Does anyone know here how long the Jamaica Contingency Fund is been in action? When was the Jamaica Contingency Fund put in place? Hold on there. The Jamaica Contingency Fund used natural disaster relief saw a major boost in 2019 when its ceiling was raised to $4 billion after $100 million. Significant blah blah blah. The government began formal groundwork of 2019. Okay, I not see anything built in 2019. So, all right, let's move on. Can the Prime Minister take some credit for
contingency? And we have that contingency, which is where we have been spending from in the initial response to the hurricane, almost about $5 billion, meaning we set aside from cash flow, savings and cash flow, we target that to low intensity, high frequency events. But then there are some events that are high intensity, low frequency. And for that, we use insurance, like the CRIF, the Caribbean Reinsurance Fund that is there. And for really high intensity, low frequency events, we have the catastrophe bond. So you see how we have structured our financing. We have, in our words, we have crafted our economy to incorporate the risk of climate damage. Nobody gives credit to the government for that. But it has served us through all the tropical storms, through all the floods, through all...
What it is saying here, the Jamaica Contingency Fund was established in June 15, 1959, under Section 13 of the Financial Administration and Audit Act. It is also provided for Section 118 of the Jamaica Constitution. So, Anjana, you put in place, you may have raised the bar of the money within the contingency fund, but not one like contingency fund is about your government. All right? Even though you always walk around and take credit. And CREF was Omar Davis and the other Caribbean leaders.
All the droughts, we didn't have to borrow a cent. And it served us well during COVID. And during COVID, we went through our contingencies and we went through our disaster fund, but we ended up having to borrow. But we were
but we ended up having to borrow. During the election campaign, two of the things that the Prime Minister's narrative was of, we raised no tax and we did not borrow. Hey, the Prime Minister said, we borrow in a COVID. We borrow in a COVID, said the PM, but we never borrow for 10 years, said the PM. Make it make sense, Dr. Jagandavich.
Able to get the kind of borrowing that was not stressful on our economy. And so a part of the strategy of dealing with these disasters is to also have contingency borrowing, meaning that should a disaster occur, we get access rapidly to pre-arranged debt. You can't get access to that unless you have established.
So the government arranged the debt put down for you. You will get in debt. I'm not asking you, said the Prime Minister. You will get in debt because we have pre-arranged it. It's a matter of when we ask for it.
That you are a good, well-managed economy. And so we have put in all of these measures to ensure that if we were hit by the worst event, and by the way, Hurricane Melissa is one of the 3 strongest hurricanes to have impacted anywhere in the world. I believe the strongest would have been in the Pacific. Hurricane Melissa would be the 2nd strongest in the Atlantic. So it's in the top 3. So, there's a lot of discussion about the government's response and all the other issues that you hear. The fundamental is that Jamaica was struck by one of the strongest hurricanes, causing some of the worst ever damage in Jamaica's history. And we are certain as to where the recovery and reconstruction will come from and how it will be funded. That is a massive achievement for a small island developing state. Jamaica was considered...
The Prime Minister says the people's been swallowed up in debt in a time of disaster. Is a massive achievement for a small island nation.
Case study of debt reduction. Now we're going to be considered the case study of reconstruction and resilience building after a disaster.
Whoa, Jamaica will be left in squalor, Prime Minister. I not ask a soul. I know irritating, but this is why I tell you say we have to listen to Andrew Holness. I just want more him. I've said this on here before.
We consider this.
We do know that man and woman lie in 2 different ways. A woman is a good liar. A man is a horrible liar. A woman is a liar with good memory. A man is a liar without memory. Now, when a woman tells you a lie, the lie the woman tells today, that's the lie the woman will go to the grave with. Now, for a man, they lie in different way because they're so puny and memory short. The lie continues to shift based on the day they speak to you, based on who they're speaking to, and on what time they are speaking to you. The lie will change. This is how Andrew Holness lies. Andrew Holness lie like a cheating man. Hmm? The story always. This is my only enjoyment in listening to Andrew Holness. I know that the story is going to change. I know that he's going to fuck up in whatever he said. So I have to listen because the poor guy is an idiot. Hmm? The poor guy is an idiot. I mean, idiot can be thief and liars as well. But the poor guy is an idiot. Hmm? So I feel listen when the idiot talk, but Jamaica, titling is coming to you. We're not going to wait any longer until you crops up and says, I want to be titled. I wonder what's the intention behind this Prime Minister. Listen to MPM, please. I don't know what's the plan behind this. Systematic land titling.
We consider this.
Is this your way of land reform, Prime Minister, or making sure what is theirs and what is yours? Me don't know. We just ask. Okay, you might never know. We're in a few smutty, evil, dirty mind.
We consider this a new chapter in our history. We are no longer just going to wait on you to come and register the land that you have been occupying for 12 years or more.
Ryan Boss, the United Nations doesn't have such authority. And you almost understand the United Nations, Jamaica. The United Nations is the biggest problem in what is happening in Jamaica with Melissa and others. The United Nations, which will be forming world government under the World Health Assembly, because the World Health Assembly and the United Nations Climate Change Organization, they are working very closely together now because they are the new agenda hawks. The United Nations is not a clean organization. The United Nations is the American International Organization of World Head Organization Executives. It's the talking shop of chief executive of the Organization of Countries. The United Nations have a vested interest in corruption. The United Nations have a vested interest in crooked leaders. The United Nations is there to protect America's structure and hegemon of world control. So the United Nations is not really a good organization. It's not really a justiciable organization. They're crooks and thieves. They're all criminal. It's a gang of criminals. Don't think that these bodies of use IRWs are of any use, whether be their World Bank, IMF, United Nations, UNICEF, UN Human Rights, UN this, the World Health Organization, the World Trade Organization. They're all a criminal organization. If you see them other than a criminal organization, you will miss the point. Now, when the United Nations and the Security Council and all of them call a talking shop to go after corrupt leaders, it is a corrupt leader that will not allow them to have their way. Such as you see, they always go after Fidel Castro or the Cuban regime because they're corrupt or they're dictator, they're this or they're communist or they're that. The US, the United States, and the United Nations is a lover of dictators and corrupt leaders. You look at the relationship with America and Saudi Arabia. You look at the relationship with America and Israel. America loves and protects dictators when America can get oil, when America can enforce its Baathism and its spoil food and injections into your country. But if you say, hell no, America, doesn't matter how good you are, you're a dictator, you're this, you're that, Andrew Holness will not be toppled by these people. Andrew Holness is doing their bidding. Andrew Holness has given us over to them for free, us and our territory. Andrew Holness is their playboy. Andrew Holness is their pole dancer. They are being entertained at the moment. Andrew Holness has given over Jamaica to them as a stage. Don't you see the Department of War came to Jamaica? Don't you find that alarming that the Department of War is in our country in a time of disaster? So don't see these organizations as any cause for good in this world. Anything America wants them to do, they will have to do. Anything America wants them to look away from, they will have to look away from. And I quickly explain some of these things to you. You look at the United Nations whenever there's a conflict anywhere in the world. The United Nations can only muster up a peacekeeping force if America agrees with it. Look at the whole time when Israel was committing the genocide in Palestine. Every time the United Nations or the Security Council meets, America vetoes whatever resolution comes out of it. Only when America wants this institution to work for the benefit and the purpose of America's influence and control, these organizations work. Bar that, they're feathers flying in the wind, literally feathers flying in the wind.
We consider this a new chapter in our history. We are no longer just going to wait on you to come and register the land that you have been occupying for 12 years or more. We're not going to wait on you to come and say, I have the family land, I want to register it. We are making titling systematic. We are going to come to your community with the surveyors, with the lawyers, with the JPs and other prominent people in the community who can help us to resolve and adjudicate issues. And we are going to give you your title, because titling is not just a private good, it is a public good. And that is what this program is all about. Today marks the mainstreaming of the systematic land titling process.
Jamaica, for a long time, of us, Andrew Holness is something where we can analyze, But don't know where we have to go with this. The only thing I can ask, though, Prime Minister, is this your way of land reform? I really don't understand what it means. Is this helping the people? Is this land reform? Is it giving more people ownership right? I hope you can explain more to us. But because to say, when you do something, there's an ulterior motive, Prime Minister, always behind. Me don't know how to analyze this. Me not tell you no lie. Me not tell you no lie. Me a wait, me a turn and sit up while no dance, Prime Minister. With this year one year, me a turn and sit up while no dance. Because me don't know how to analyze this. If it's land reform, Prime Minister, I would welcome it and it would look good. But as I said, I don't know. So I have to wait and see. I have to wait and see Katana and sit up while dance and with you and Donald Trump. The direction of the wind is the direction of your mouth and thoughts. You see. The direction of the wind is the direction of your mouth and thoughts. So, Prime Minister, me no know. But me I wait and see. Because when I walk and scoop up land and we don't know what I mean. We can't talk our town anymore. But if Prime Minister, it's your type of land reform,
Jamaica could be next.
I would sort of welcome it, you see. But we still have to keep our eye on it. Because we know, say, you, Prime Minister, have a way if giving in one hand and taking more out of the other. So we can't take our eye off of you. But we have to wait and see and look and see. Because we don't trust MPM. MPM, me not trust you one bit. Let's take a quick break, Jamaica. I'll be back shortly.
Too long in our little ghetto. Run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love right. That's why I as a watching man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I she never hold thy peace. How long is going on? Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down, war cry. Fight down. He said Rastafari. War and cry. And do the righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We live for people. Put time away. Put time away. Listen, yeah. So just as I and I as a watching man around Babylonian walls.
Thank you very much for holding on and welcome back. Andrew Holness once told us Jamaica must prepare for a swift digital move into You soon no longer seen a teller at the bank. And then when we went at him, he rolled it back. But as always, governments use disaster to implement new plans. Be aware of Andrew Holness and his cashless society and digitalization in this time, Jamaica. This is when they will push things on you when your focus is not central, it's all over the place. You don't think properly. You're frustrated. You're in desperation and destitution. This is the time when they will move in for the land grab. This is the time when they will move in for the land grab. We are saying to you, Jamaica, wake up and keep focus. This government has an agenda to complete in the next 4 years. The next 4 years in our country, Jamaica, will be rocky. And when I say rocky, you need very strong seatbelt. A country going forward, like a strong seatbelt. Because we're going to be thrown here and there in order to actualize Vision 2030 as the Prime Minister presents it to you. Never, though, will he call it the 2030 agenda. But the Prime Minister push it. He is literally pushing it.
Jamaica could be next. So if you didn't see my last video, Vietnam seized 81 million bank accounts. Some people in the comments said there's not even 81 million people in that area. You're right, there isn't, but people have multiple accounts. They have business accounts. These accounts were seized for biometrics. Jamaica, they're installing biometrics everywhere. Biometric machines are up at post offices, etc., etc. People are being encouraged to go and give their biometrics, facial biometrics, thumbprint biometrics. Many believe it's coming. Their banking system will eventually seize all accounts of individuals who have not given their biometrics. You know somebody in Jamaica, send them this video. This is the warning shot. A lot of people wonder why people didn't take their money out of the banks in Vietnam. Limitations. They only allow you to take so much out per day. If you have a lot of money, it'll take you a lot longer. And also understand their currency is very different than our currency. A few $1,000s here is $1 million there. With that said, it looks like Jamaica is heading in that way. Also, it looks like a lot of other nations are heading that way, especially in that whole.
One of the things that bothers me about the new push and the new move as to the way the world is going, there are lots of us in the Jamaica spheres trying to prepare you and have you ready for what's to come. There is though a resistance to the knowledge we're bringing to you. I mean, as I explained to you yesterday morning, we're already imprisoned to a point here. There's digitalization is widely rolled out here. It's just that the government wants to nationalize it and there's a pushback on it. But our shops, some of our shops, when we go to buy food, as I went to Lidl yesterday morning and found out I was locked in until I could scan my receipt on the exit bar to get out. That's the type of society, because now it's showing me up to because the Sainsbury has I tell Sainsbury to them, man, the same time when you come with this your fuckery, then anything me want are from the market, because we're not gonna go back to what's him call her? Little. Me not going back there because me not in this fuckery of going to get along with the government. Anything me can dilly-dally around, me find a way and dilly-dally around it. Everything when me eat, selling at the market. You see. So these shop where enroll you and collect your data and your face and everything, me avoid them as much as possible. When you go to the market, you buy a pan stall and you pay your money and you go and buy your business. Agency driver, what go on? How you do? So, me not, them something that so me tell people say me not learning the AI. Me not learning, me not want to know about it. Me not want to know about it. But be aware of Andrew Holness and this great shift and push into a digital society. Kevin Hissimitt warned us, but they quickly killed him because the agenda at that time, in the middle or just before COVID, they didn't want They didn't want such agenda out there in the psyche of the people that could rise the people up. So I'm not saying Kevin Simmet weren't diabolical, but could it be that the government with Fidem Obia did a spell upon Kevin as well to create that scenario in order to get to take him down? The whole of them work off of Obia and high audience power people. So me don't know. Me just have to ask. Because to say you would remember the night while the onslaught was unfolding in the church, Dr. Chang turned up unseen before the ordeal was over. The Minister of National Security and Gun Importation, of course. So a lot of the things that Kevin Simmet was saying to us, we are actually seeing them in front of our eyes now and are being in operational existence by these governments.
There will be no more cash. Cash will crash.
You have something now called artificial intelligence. Very soon, this position of a human being exchanging cash and so on, that is going to disappear from the banking system very soon. And you are going to have to interface with machines. I don't want it to be a scary thought, but it is a thought that we all have to embrace.
You see all those people who are working at the airport now that think people need them, you will be replaced. There will be no need for you to be there.
Don't tell me no Dr. Chang, you can't go on anywhere you want to go feel like here.
I know this is really intense. You did not follow the signs, and therefore you missed the 7 year of prosperity. When the government of Jamaica told you prosperity, 4 years, it was true, but now that time of prosperity comes to an end September the 22nd, and the time of famine and hardship like this world has never known or seen before in the history of humankind. This is what's happening. When people start to see the dead bodies that are piling up, they're going to start to retaliate, and they have now the lockdown is put in place, so you're locked into an area and you cannot leave that area.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF is exploring the potential of humanoid robots to assist with administrative tasks. Liz, a robot donated to the University of Technology, Jamaica, has been programmed and tested for various applications. The idea is to have Liz handle mundane tasks such as document certification, freeing up police officers for other duties. Liz has facial recognition capabilities and can be programmed for different functions. The JCF sees the use of robots as part of its vision for modern, custom-oriented police stations.
So this little this game that you think you're playing, that you'll be able to go in downtown or you go up to Kingston as you have a feel, it is not going to happen.
What Kevin Simmet was actually referring to here was the 15-minute cities, where you have to live, work, and earn within 15 minutes of where you live. Andrew Holness told us that in Black River in July as well. Did you not remember?
They're going to ban you from traveling and moving and everything else until they have taken away all your liberties. If you don't wake up right now and imagine now, there's no more JPS and no more NWC.
These were the reason why Kevin Simmet was killed. These were the reason, Andrew Holness, while Kevin Simmet was killed. Because Kevin Simmet was no longer working obia for you politicians. Kevin Simmet was waking up the people of Jamaica. And with the spiritual powers surrounding him, Unu was scared of Kevin Simmet's spark an outrage and an awakening in the country. That was your fear, Prime Minister.
And in order for you to get water and food, you have to go and show the mark. They're going to be controlling the water supply and the light. Are you hearing me?
I'm happy to report that in the upcoming financial year, the government will make available.
Jamaica, start invest in our solar panel. We live pan water. You can dig well in our yard and produce water. Invest in a solar panel, Jamaica. Invest in a Starlink, Jamaica. There are ways to fix yourself, to maneuver around what is to come. Put your preparation and mechanism in place. We're going to have to do a lot of dilly-dallying, because if we don't unite as a people, countrywide and worldwide, these governments, the United Nations, they're going to get what they want. There are dilly-dally routes, though, that we can prepare dilly-dally routes for ourselves. So we have a solar panel and with Skylink, so they can cut way off of power and communication, you see. Jamaica, it's time for us to become active and start plan where we're own. If we not plan to turn up and tear down this control that is coming, then we have to make a wriggle room around them. Otherwise, you're going full-fledged back into slavery. Do you want to live on the plantation or do you want to live in the fucking hills, you idiots?
10,000 polyethylene water tanks to needs-assessed households across Jamaica, starting with a focus on the areas most affected by the drought.
Kingston would reach climate departure when its coolest year's average temperature surpasses the average temperature of its hottest year between 1960 and 2005. Johnson Smith emphasized the urgency.
I told you, I think earlier this year, or sometime last year as well, health, as in pandemics, and climate change will be the new regulation forward. They can impose their viruses on us, as we saw during the lockdown, with their mechanism and technology. We know they manipulate the environment. All these natural disasters such as drought, flooding, hurricane, earthquake, these are all things that they have the capability to do and does, as we see in Melissa. And as we saw in the Ethiopian famine in the 80s, of the cloud freezing over Ethiopia. So we know, so them have all kinds of ungodly plans, put down a weight pan way. But we can create wriggle room, you know. Trust me, we can create wriggle room around them. But when you don't hold your government to account, because you see, on a done slavery rights and on a done slavery rights MP who unwilling to check on your Holness, the one God put on in front of the firing line first to make sure say all of you get slaughtered. Because no mean Jamaica no good. And we in a no nice talk around here. When you're in a revolutionary mood, you must be prepared to kill people who is not on board with you. It's just how a revolution works. That's why when a president in Africa don't allow America to dig out their resources, America and France assassinate them. We need to start killing leaders around us. We need to start killing cronies around us. But we have to unite first, isn't it? Thank you very much for being here this morning on Global TV. Lovely to have your support as always. But we're more interested in your awakening, in you coming to your senses and stop the bullshit of protecting government who vested interest into stealing what they should use to help to develop you and your life. Marcus Garvey told us, unite or you all shall perish. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning. Join us back this evening for the people's point of view. And if a man there, I'm in a quarrel about the like and share, because maybe I told me wake up drunk, you know. Maybe I told me wake up drunk, but I not continue to provoke me by your globalists. Globalists, we not continue to provoke me by your, because we come here and we sit down and we listen and we mind the business and we cackle. But we don't hit the like button. Careful of me on about you this morning. Anyway, thank you. Good morning and good afternoon from Global TV.
Too long in our little girl.
Dr. Chang, if you want to do it, we will sponsor the goat head soup. All right? We will sponsor the goat head soup, Dr. Chang.
Run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love right. That's why I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, night. We gonna cast down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down, war cry. Fight down. He said Rastafari. War and cry. And do the righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love all people. Put time away, again. Listen, yeah. So just as I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace, for we are penalized. Hey, oh, night. We gonna pass down Babylon gates. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down, war and cry. Fight down, war and cry. Rastafari, war and cry. And build up righteousness. But we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love more. And we love Jah. Me love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Me love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love more. Me love Jah. Jah Rastafari.